and welcome back to a brand new video. And I forgot my microphone, so you might get a little wind in, so I do apologise. But it is around 6:30 on Friday and Storm Amy has landed. Come and join me on this one. So we're just heading towards the North Pier, and it is very, very choppy, the sea. High tide is around 3 hours time. But you can see it's really choppy already. I'm going to have a quick look. Like I said, about 3 hours time it will be high tide, and it already looks evil out there. So at the moment it's actually quite hard even to walk. You just see with the flags, look at that one there, absolutely swaying in the wind, and it's really getting up now. We're going to have a bit of a venture along the promenade, and then we will be back out later on. So this is the sea. Like I said, we've got about 3, maybe 4 hours before it is high tide. You can see it is whipping up, and it is a little choppy, so that'll be an interesting one. We'll keep an eye out on that one. And that's just a bit of a look back towards like Lisbon and Cleveland. See how black, how grey the skies are looking. So like I said, Storm Amy has landed, and the next 24 to 40 hours I'd imagine we're going to see a lot of destruction. All sorts will be going on. So this is the state of play at the moment, and you can see there's no one really around. And I still have a whip down towards the other sea, and it looks mean, very mean. In a few hours it is going to be bad. Like I said, there's amber warnings, red warnings, danger to life has been put out. Absolutely incredible. We haven't really started the video, we haven't seen anything at the moment. So see, this is Robert's Oyster Bar. I'm going to have a bit of a walk over the road, because this one all got took down. So I think everything is battened down. And the moment you see all the bags, the bins, all over, blowing over. So this will be an interesting one to keep an eye out. Feels all secure, but how long for? That's the question. So what we'll do, we'll cross back over onto the promenade, and like I said, it hasn't started the wind. This is just beginning. It's deserted. We'll have a look, because I think, whoa, wow, it's strong. We'll have a look, see if the beach house have battened all their table and chairs down the central pier. That was awful a couple of years ago. Barrels rolling along the promenade. Absolutely awful. And you can see this is the state of the beach. You can see some of the chairs already moving along, fell down. So that'll be an interesting. We'll keep an eye out with that one. So just moving further towards, we'll have another look at the sea again. It looks like we've got someone taking snapshots. We're taking snapshots of the sea over here. I don't think this guy is going to be out in a couple of hours time, but we will be. We'll keep you up to date with all the very, very latest. Let's go and have a look at this angry Irish sea. So I can't realize let's face the camera towards the central, because visibility is dropping really, really bad as the storm rolls in. And you think that's quite mild. It is at the moment. 3-4 hours. This is going to be bad. So we're just going up to the 3 lollipops. Now we have seen these bent over a lot more. However, the wind is certainly going to be getting stronger as the evening approaches. I see all the card. What the hell this is? What's all this about? That's like some cardboard off the sea, maybe seaweed. I don't know what that's all about. Yeah, the old lollipops will be bent right over in a few hours' time. So this is just in town at the moment, and you see not many people scuttling about. What there is, they're darting for shelter, no doubt. And let's just whip the camera to the left, and this one gets really windy. The corner here, like so, will be. See people there in the wind. Look at that. So we'll be back out later on. How? Look at that! In between the buildings. It's incredible. It's dark. I've never seen a sky like this one before, and this is certainly a windy corner. Just look, it's like a grey, dark brown. There's all sorts of colours we can see before our eyes, and like I said, this is certainly a windy part of Blackpool, the promenade. People don't realise how windy it does get on the promenade itself. You see those scrambling for safety. Look at that. Wow, actually being pushed back as we talk. So we are back out, and it is about 20 minutes before high tide, and emergency services are just rushing down the promenade once again. So let's go and have a bit of a look and see how high the tide is. So I'm not too sure how much you'll see of the high tide, because it is very dark. However, you probably can see it is pure white, the sea, and luckily it's only about 7.5 meters tonight. So I mean, if it was another metre and a half, it was like, you know, 8-9 meters, it would have been a very bad one. So here it comes, whipping up. Let's just move the camera around, heading towards the central pier. Look how rough and angry that sea looks tonight with Storm Amy fast approaching through the night. Look at that. So as we make our way down towards the RNLI, you probably won't be able to see, but the old lollipops, the spoons, are bent right over now, 45-degree angle, and you can see. Let's have a bit of a close up. All the old foam is whipping up. You see, it's landed on the promenade. All the foam there. Look at that. So again, as we continue further down, there's an awful lot. Like I said, there's foam all over the promenade, and it's only going to get worse. Like I said, the main Storm Amy, hasn't really hit Blackpool at present. It's going to be really bad overnight, and the high tide is even higher tomorrow. The winds are even stronger tomorrow. But look at all the foam. Look at this. Look at it. And you see, you know, it's a good 8 inches thick. Just look at that, all along the promenade. You certainly don't want to get that in your fizzog. And there's like a trunk being washed up. We probably won't be able to see it because it is very dark. Looks like there's a trunk, a huge trunk, what's being washed up from the sea. Wonder where that's come from. Again, it's very black, so you probably won't be able to see a lot. So we'll certainly be out early in the morning, probably throughout the night. Just a bit of a shot of Blackpool Tower, and you can see the old sphere and there's spindles there, but you can just see all the foam. Let's just have a bit of a look what's rushing up, gushing all over the promenade from the sea, and it is a mean looking sea. Absolutely incredible tonight. And like I said, a bit of a shot of the tower itself. What an awful day this is turning out to be so far. Again, you can just see it all whipping from the sea all over the promenade. And you see there's a couple there braving the elements also. We are coming to a bit of a close on this video. Like I said, we'll be back out throughout the night, and we'll certainly let you know. You see the old fencing, look at that, that's all been pulled down. But we will be back out later on, and early hours of the morning, again capturing another high tide. But there's literally foam everywhere. It's an awful evening with this storm, Amy, and there's still a couple of people scattered about. Wow, all. And that was a huge wave just come right over on the camera. Absolutely incredible scenes. So you can see a couple there braving it. And I mean, it is fun and games, but it is very, very dangerous as well. Let's have a bit of a look and see. You can see a bit more of a choppy sea. And it definitely looks a mean one out there. Let's just pan the camera around to the right. Oh, I think we've got to time this just right, because they can whip right over. So I hope you enjoyed tonight's video, today and tonight's video. Like I said, we'll be back out. Don't forget, hit that subscribe button, hit the notification button. You'll be notified of all the upcoming videos, including the conclusion of Storm Amy, as well as many other storms, demolition videos, events, festivals, as I'm getting absolutely soaked. Until next time, look after yourself, stay safe. It is a bye from me. Bye bye.